Welcome to my first voiceover video for this channel. One of the things that I notice is if you're using these type of videos for relaxing or stream different television shows that I feel do soft voiceovers, sometimes like crime shows, because I feel that they're always giving the information in a hushed tone. So I'm giving sort of a hushed, I feel this is very similar to the types of sounds that I use to actually go to sleep. And I stream a program all night to have something for certain parts of my brain to focus on so as not to give me anxiety. I started developing anxiety at some point to where I just can't sleep unless I have some type of sound going on. So that's why this audio is not right back and forth between the two, but I'm adding a little bit more tone to it so that it sounds a little bit more like the soft tones of listening to a program in the background. I want to thank you for listening to this first voiceover video. It's going to be the first one that's actually a longer length on my channel. Most everything else has been about 5 minutes or less, but this is the first time that I'm actually going to record a video that is I may switch over at some point and add one extra little element. That may take me a few minutes to switch from screen to screen. Um, but then I will, it's fine because I will actually edit that part out when I have this live so that if anyone wants to participate in hearing the recordings live, and then later I could use the editor for the any pauses or any awkwardness in the video that interrupts the sound. But that's requested being able to stream. I'm not sure yet how to work all of that out, but I wanted to thank you for checking this out. I started this channel not too long ago, and I've had a video that has been put up for the most part, has increased in views. I got my first subscriber tonight. So, and I put a post up about it saying thank you to that subscriber. This channel has been built 100% on the content because I went and asked them to subscribe. I've just been putting the content out and letting the people who are the consumers of ASMR and like them and or find them, watch them, etc. So any live channel are 100% within the community of the people that are interested in this content. So that's super exciting because I'm not asking anybody from the outside to even pay attention. I started this channel as a way to make content a little bit easier for me to produce because this is all about recording the sounds of working on different tremendous motivator to finish pieces because in order to create content, I have to work on these pieces. I started this series a long time ago um, where I had sketched it out and talked about it on a podcast right now some time ago and finally just said, if this can be a motivator for me to be able to paint, then I'm going to start this channel and just paint live or say and provide it as content of going through the process. So anytime that I need a new video, I always have to return back to the artwork and say, okay, where am I gone next? Because I really do want to bring this series to life. I think it is very versatile. I think it can be appealing to a lot of people. And I really just want to make something that is to people, but there are also a lot of different elements of it that can make it sort of an individual taste as well. The series is called The Journey of Color, and it came about from a conversation how most people, including artists, are afraid of the color red. Red is such a bold color, but ironically, oftentimes red paint is actually very translucent, and you have to apply multiple layers of it in some cases, or mix it with other mediums that will make it an undercoating on it so that it's not translucent. It's very unusual that way because to think of something very translucent as having such a strong impact that it does is very ironic. Most artists paint with a lot of blues, purples, and greens, especially are really appealing to a broad spectrum of people. Red is a harder color for people to accept because it is so bold and it makes such a statement. You could have a giant painting with all sorts of other colors on it, but if you put a pop of red on that paint, but not everybody is comfortable with, not everybody is comfortable with the color red, called Journey of Color, to where you start on one end where literally the title of this piece is all the blues. And I try to make as many variations of the color blue in this piece, even though it also does have black in it. And I'm still trying to decide. Technically, when you make a painting, you don't want it to be lopsided and to have all of one type of color, meaning, so you want some warmth in there somewhere, usually to balance it. Interestingly enough, though, all colors mixed together. So in that way, it can be very neutral. And so that way, it is a situation where you can use black as sort of a neutral color in this situation. And so I went ahead and used it in this piece that you can really use in this piece and not take away from the blues. There's nothing there to balance it back to warm or balance it in general as a color. It's all very much a situation where you have, um, all the blues literally, and black being the neutral color is the only balance that it has. I can experiment with that later, but mostly I need to get this piece finished first so that I can, it's received to the general public once I either take it out and put it out as print. I also want to do a lot of other things with these designs, such as make them maybe coffee mugs, maybe fabric. I think that once the design is finished and you can see the cohesive picture, really exciting to see it as a series. Working next on lots of different shades of teal, regular green, teal, blue, and then some derivatives such as turquoise in it with actual royal blue and hard Kelly cream. That's the next piece that I'm a fresh canvas. And interestingly enough, my most popular video so far has been a short one that I did. I actually drew the designs onto the canvas and the sound of the pencil on the canvas. Recently today put up another short video that I'm calling experimental because it's just me trying out different sounds still related to in this case I got a small bit of green paint on a canvas in a place I didn't want it, so I took a spot off. And whether it's because I have been posting channel or whether that particular type of sounds were appealing, more appealing for whatever reason, that particular video kind of took off today. So my algorithm, or I shouldn't say my algorithm, I should say my analytics so far are on an upward trajectory. And that's the pressure that just want to push, push, push so that I just keep listing and posting. And it just keeps driving the algorithm to share it with more and more people because they see this as an active channel. If people like the channel and subscribe to the channel, then I'll drive the traffic more because YouTube will show this to more people who are interested in ASMR videos. And then my channel will rise in its popularity. My goal, I started some more long form channels earlier in this past year, I should say last year. One was a broader object channel for that was supposed to be for more things that can help artists and sort of like highlight them. One was a personal art channel for myself to share my artwork and also any tools, but also might help other artists that listen to the channel or watch the channel. I share tools and any type of things that I find, mediums or something like that, that would actually help, help them in their journey as well. So I basically have two channels that work together. I can share tools, tool videos, or type of software to use as well. I share that out into the main channel, and so basically any part of my journey in this situation can be utilized to be some sort of channel. But I wanted to give myself an opportunity to be able to record very quickly and easily, so that I have the channel. The goal here is to just make the accomplishment of monetizing the first YouTube channel so that I can prove to myself that I can actually do it, and then duplicate that success with the other two. Get into the habit and the scheduling of recording on a fairly regular basis so that it makes it easy to produce content for all the channels by starting with this, which I feel is a more, what I call sort of kind of sequester yourself, put your head down and produce the content, and then just list it as often as possible. And that way, but also as you're seeing the channel actually thrive, it is a motivator to do it. So it's like if I can be successful standing up this channel, then I know I can be, and then I will already be in the mode of having the habit of coming to my channel to constantly make new content. But what's also wonderful for as an artist for me is that my content is my artwork. So in order to actually produce, and that helps me stay motivated to finish a series and to explore all the different ways that those images and series can actually, um, as a way to do artwork professionally. I not only want to accomplish artwork online in the past, but I haven't done it for a really long time. And I want to sort of resurrect that situation, but also artists how to do this as well, so that there's multiple ways that an artist can actually make a living. And it also multiple ways that artists can actually promote their work. It's getting closer to the end of this visual. So that'll be pretty much the end of my recording. So the two things circle back around. And thank you if you have actually watched the video and or tuned into this long form one or, video. This is the first ASMR speaking video that I have made, and it will be the first one posted. I am going to go seek out. You may that I'll. Well, I guess you won't hear it actually because I'll edit it out by the time this one actually makes it into the posting. Um, so I guess we just really don't have to worry about it. But again, I wanted to thank you for participating and listening to my first whispering or that I'm making for this. Another reason why I'm doing the voiceover on this particular video is because the audio, when I find our lines or the in between lines and trying to do a lot of cleanup work, that, excuse me, that doesn't really produce much sound, but it doesn't produce the louder sounds that you can get when you're actually painting larger sections of the piece. So that's why I'll probably do voiceovers over these longer finishing touch videos. Thank you for listening to my first audio